Hello everyone and welcome to the 21st of May, turn 12 I think. I always get mixed up on the exact turn. Right, let's get into it. Who knows what that is? Clear weather, thankfully. The Luftwaffe can get back to its good work. And let's see, oof, God, we've lost another 2%. Well, the French have taken an absolute slamming. Right. Ouch, that was an expensive turn, if what I think may have happened. So let's go and look at the history. First things first, 18th Army does what it can. They're facing probably roughly equal numbers of French, so it's quite difficult to make any headway. But we do batter them back here a bit. Luftwaffe doesn't really achieve anything, unfortunately, because of the rain. And yeah, we pushed them back here. There's a couple of headquarters units in the line, which I thought was quite odd. And that was quite a good battle there if we go back to it. You see a bunch of H-35s, MRs, yeah. So basically a bunch of armoured cars and a handful of light tanks. Got battered in exchange for 10 of ours. We failed the attack on this, I think. Yeah, I was absolutely fuming about this. Just the 6 Hexide attacks should just basically never fail in this game. And even though 2 regiments evaporated, it was still very frustrating. The train just goes off and does its thing. I just like to throw these units around. They are pretty useless, so it doesn't really matter what happens to them. We lay into them with a bunch of artillery and try and set ourselves up for attacks next turn. And we're on to 6th Army. We push them back around here. The line is fragile here, so I kind of take the opportunity to basically everything mobile goes into an armoured fist heading towards Beaumont, which is stacked full of French troops. They have been doing this thing where they fill up their cities and other hexes with big blocks of armoured units to prevent the Luftwaffe from catching them in the open. Sensible enough, but it does mean we can kind of probe weaknesses in the line where they don't have enough infantry to make a solid wall. I'm hopeful here that the British will have to withdraw or risk being surrounded or / cut off. If we can throw an armoured spearhead through here and just get some momentum behind it, we can cut the British off eventually against the English Channel. Yeah, so a lot of infantry moving up. The main punching power of 6th Army is in its infantry. It's just a lot of the time I haven't been able to bring them to bear very well because the French keep falling back. And yeah, you can see all the armoured units scooting over this way. A couple of panzer divisions, a couple of mobile units. We don't have a lot, but enough to seriously threaten a breakthrough here. I do wonder about this lot in here. They're going to struggle to extricate themselves. It's my belief, but yeah, we will have to see. Yeah, some good attacks in here. The French are just finally getting to that stage where their poor command and control means that units that are already battered don't really go that well. Don't really hold together that well under combat. And that's it for 6th Army, fairly quiet turn. We're on to 4th, just slowly working their way through the Belgian defences. That's good attack, solid attack, especially unfortunate that one didn't work, but I'm sure they can push them out this turn. Again, ouch, killed a lot more Belgians, but I do hope they're a bit careful about the overstacking here. I do wonder what this is doing all the way back there. And we're on to 12th Army. BB Joey. He's got the Luftwaffe out, but again, the rain stopped us from doing very much. And ouch, that was an unfortunate failure. I would have said that would have worked. And the panzers across the river continue to do good work. The Belgians are just kind of dissolving at this point. Even when they hold, they take a lot of casualties. And the river bridge is back up, so we've got a solid foothold across there. I think they're going to have to run, but if they do, that means they abandon Belgium and Brussels and Antwerp, and Belgium starts to get its surrender counter ticking. Ooh, that's a risky move, but I guess he had enough capability there to do it. Does leave the panzers slightly exposed, but could be worse. And it looks like the British, hampered by their fairly mediocre anti-tank weapons, are in a spot of bother as well. All the Panzer Group Kleist's mobile units are coming to join the party. And a bunch of overstacked British in the open are hopefully in some trouble. I say hopefully because obviously it's very difficult to tell in this particular game. Oh, no, that's it for Panzer Group Kleist. The Dutch get forced back, step by bloody step. I must say, they have done an excellent job of holding this. I have this bad feeling that they're going to be able to force the 301st back across the river. But who knows? Oh, that's interesting. And up to the French. Looks like they're falling back in the south, which is nice. We don't have to fight in this god-awful forest. Ouch, that was quite a lot of artillery. And wow. I think we had a regiment dissolve there. God, that really sucks. Looks like they're trying to evacuate, and actually they seem to have enough action points to fall back reasonably far. Didn't even try to defend Charleroi anymore. That's good. Though we would have forced them out of it next turn with the 5 hex side attack. Interesting, they have moved a bunch of infantry I hadn't managed to spot in where our panzer push is going to be. Looks like, yeah, they're continuing to evacuate Belgium. That's kind of a surprise. These tanks were fairly battered, but yeah, it's good that they held. And again, that's nice. We did take a fair few casualties, but those guys next to them are in deep shit this turn because I've used all their action points and they're sitting right on top of a bunch of mobile units. Interesting. Looks like he's setting up another wall along here. Oh, damn it. What was the cause of that? Yeah, a bunch of armored units versus some mobile infantry. We shouldn't have lost 20 panzers in that attack. God. And the British are completely evacuating Brussels. Yikes. Yeah, bad feeling about this. It's always a bad idea to breach a river line in a single hex only. I can see, oof. At least there weren't any tanks in there. It was just mobile infantry. Still, ouch. Their air force continues to be rather ineffective. And the British are running for their lives. They seem to have identified the threat of us cutting south of them. And here we begin the fighting withdrawal section of the... are the Belgians going to attack that spearhead? No, it doesn't look like they are. Seems to me the Belgians are withdrawing north. And they failed, but they did inflict very heavy casualties. I'm guessing... Don't really know what happened there. Bit of an odd one. Cool, and that is it. The Dutch shoot some artillery back, but are really still unable to actually do much more than hold the line. It's nice they failed that. It might give them an opportunity to force them out of those hexes. And again, yeah, the Dutch don't manage to do much at all. Right, we have enough political points to drop the paragliders, which is nice. The Dutch are doing their thing. They're just holding on in the inundation. Down here, the Belgians have abandoned Brussels almost entirely. And I think Antwerp is still going to be trying to hold, but again, it's looking a bit iffy. Damn, that is overstacked hex. And yeah, it looks like we've breached the line in multiple places, but it's come at very high cost to our mobile units, which is a bit unfortunate. Down here, harder to tell exactly what's going on without recon. I'm betting there's a big wall of infantry along this river line and kind of across there, hiding in the forest where they can. And in the south, it looks like they've withdrawn from my breachhead over the river. Beachhead, rather, not breachhead. Not quite the same thing. Can hopefully force back. Oof, look at this absolutely shattered regiment. We can hopefully force back this guy and get the bridge across there as well. Interesting. Right, yeah, as I said, we've got the landing division. I don't think now is quite the best time to play it unless we do something clever like set up here. Theoretically, you could also drop it on these guys and hopefully force a surrender, but nah, I think it's probably best saved for an opportunity here. Probably not this turn. Although I suppose we could plop them down over here, see if we could breach the forest. But no, these units are in these are in good shape, these mobile units, so bummer. The paratroopers have proven very, very hard to use in this. Okay, anyway, I will get to the turn. I think I'm just going to have to try and do that breach here with 6th Army and power down here with mobile units. Maybe try and turn the flank. I don't think 18th Army has enough oomph left to actually break the line here and join them up. So maybe that'll be the paratroopers' job next turn. Or who knows. We will have to see what the turn brings us. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you next time.